Is brought to you by our friends at Cayman National Bank. And now, The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Sabrina Turner.
Good morning. Once again, it's time for another Business Buzz right here on Radio Cayman. This is Anita Can sitting in for Sabrina Turner. Sabrina is not feeling well today, so Susan has cornered me to take the spot this morning. Thank you, Susan. You're going to pay for this. And I have guests in the studio. We have Burmon from the Rail Thing Driving School. But before we get to Burmon, we want to say that the Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by greenturtle.ky. Get your new phone at greenturtle.ky. No stress, no fuss at greenturtle.ky. The Business Buzz is also brought to you by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Burmon, good morning once again.
Good morning, Anita. Good morning, Grand Cayman. Good morning, Cayman Brack. Good morning, Little Cayman.
Don't forget Little Cayman or you'll be in trouble. Burmon is now the owner of the Rail Thing Driving School. Burmon, I'm going to go off script and tell you I love the name of the school.
Thank you.
But before we get into the Rail Thing, let's give our listeners a little background about yourself.
Okay. I think what really helped me to get where I am was just being a police, because starting as a constable all the way in Cayman Brack at that time, many years ago, the sergeant would say to me, "You got to be doing what I'm doing today, tomorrow," and that is testing someone to drive. Mm-hmm. I had to learn from him. He passed the training on to me. In the Brack, he had to do everything. So within a few days, I became a driving examiner. So that was passed on, and later on in my police career, getting promoted to sergeant, I was posted to be a driving examiner for about 2 years. Later on, I left that section and got promoted to inspector police. I retired in 2005, joining the licensing department. Within a short time, I became the senior driving examiner. So I spent about 13 years in the department and recently resigned and called it officially being retired.
Officially?
So, yeah.
Well, congratulations.
So thank you. And within that time, then I saw a lot of things happening that inspired me to say, if I should resign one day, I think I could really make driving safer and better in the Cayman Islands. I could do a school, get an instructor, do some lecturing, and make it the real thing. Give people their satisfaction, and that's what inspired me to. The minute I resigned, I decided to open this school.
Burmon, congratulations! But before we get into more details, we just want to share with our listeners why you decided to open this driving school. And the main goal, you gave us just a little touch there, but there's got to be more than you just you told us.
Yes, well, I just want better driving on the roads of the Cayman Islands.
I think we all want that.
Yeah, yeah. Safer driving. I just want to see that that everyone learns the safe and better way to be driving on the roads of the Cayman Islands.
What are some of the services that you include?
Yeah, well, we do driving lessons, consultancy, orientation, lectures, how to pass the written tests. Later on, we'll soon have motorbike exams also on a compound. How to pass your practical motorcycle test.
So do you do this all by yourself, or?
I have a driving instructor. His name is Francisco Biquet, from all the way from the Philippines. I've known him from 2005. A real good instructor, professional, smooth teaching. And I'm just at home. I'm doing the lecturing at my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. But would you eventually go out to some of the schools and do some lectures?
Yes, I mean that's
like the UCCI, ICCI, the high schools.
I'm happy to do that if I'm required, or if somebody would love that.
You gotta sell yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta sell yourself.
Yeah.
I can sell you. Yeah. I can sell your services if you want.
Sure.
But Burmon, tell me describe your teaching style. Is it done on a one-on-one or in a group setting? How do you? Take for instance, if I want to come to your school, am I able to do it on a one-on-one basis, or do I sit in a group setting?
Yeah, you can do it at one-on-one, and it can be group setting. I usually set Sundays at 3 p.m. To do my classes. And Sundays I'll get sometime more of a group setting. During the week, I might get a one-on-one person who can't make it on Sunday. So I'll make the arrangements with them to be present, to do the lessons with them.
Okay. Sounds like fun. And I wish, I know someone that I can send them to you, because I've known you from a long time, and I've seen you do your thing in the licensing department, and I know that you're an excellent teacher.
Thank you.
And you have patience.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure your students will love that, because you can never let your family teach you, or somebody close to you. They say always have a strange person teach you. We're going to go to Susan, take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll talk a bit more about the rail thing. Isn't that supposed to be spelled T-I-N-G and not T-H-I-N-G?
We can change it.
We can change it. We're going to change it this morning. Thank you, Susan.
You may have heard of them by now. GreenTurtle.ky, a one-stop shop for your mobile needs. Whether shopping for a new phone or topping up a loved one, it's time to hop aboard the Green Turtle Express. From 24-hour delivery in Grand Cayman to sending credit worldwide, GreenTurtle.ky is the future of mobile. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. GreenTurtle.ky. They get there first.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Cayman's cruise industry must be preserved and developed. It is a myth that the cruise lines will continue to call on Cayman at the rate they do now without the piers. It is a fact that the mega-class ships will not be tendered. Arrivals will decline by half over time as the older ships are decommissioned. This will hurt our economy and thousands of Caymanians who work in this industry. If we want to continue providing opportunities for Caymanians, we need the piers. Support the piers. Support our tourism.
This coming Thursday at 7 p.m., You can hear another presentation in Radio Cayman CI Retro Talk Today special program series on Caymanian history, culture, and heritage, and its importance to the Cayman Islands community and its forward sail, future endeavors, and plans. With Remembrance Day and the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I observances this past weekend, the focus will be on Caymanian involvement, sacrifice, and dedication to the defense and preservation of freedom and democracy. This special CI Retro Talk Today presentation is being brought to you by these fine sponsors. Four Winds Esso in West Bay, serving the West Bay community and the wider Cayman Islands community for over 6 decades. The Ministry of Culture, Flowers Bottled Water, the Cooler Bottled Water, and by the Appliance Doctors. CI Retro Talk Today special program presentation on Thursday at 7 p.m. on Radio Cayman.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Cayman's Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Good morning. You're listening to Radio Cayman. This is Anita Can sitting in for Sabrina Turner this morning. And the Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by greenturtle.ky. Get your new phone at greenturtle.ky. No stress, no fuss at greenturtle.ky. Also brought to you by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. And this morning we're speaking to Mr. Burmon Scott. And Burmon has opened his own business. He's got the rail thing, and that's the rail thing driving school. Burmon, we want to talk about the driver's education lectures that you offer. Can you tell us a bit about what you offer?
First I thought I might have been lecturing for about 1 hour, but when I started I realized that it needed to be longer. Mm-hmm. So for it to work perfect for what I'm doing, I usually offer 2 hours, and I spend a long time educating the students how to pass the exam, a long time on giving them questions and answers that will assist them on the day of going into for their exam. Okay. Which it makes it easier for a person to come in there and do some studying and get more educated for going in to do the tests. So I spend a long time giving them questions, answers, and eventually I prepare an exam to see what they retained and add it up. Tell them they pass or you fail. You need to do a little more studying. You need to study some more science. People do come back. Second time, third time. Some will call and say, God bless you. Without you, I could not have done it. God give you strength, give you health. I pass and I'm ready now for the driving. So I feel good when people do call and tell me that they've been passing the exam. Some don't pass, and some will come back again, and some I never see again. They don't come back. But it's about 2 hours to get the full thing out of it.
I want to ask you, those people who do not pass, those students who do not pass, do you call them to come back? I mean, you do keep at them, or they just give up altogether? Well,
they seem to give up. Maybe it's something it's something I could add to my program is be giving them a call and saying, hey.
You just saw yourself there.
Yeah. I haven't.
Never give up.
No, I haven't been calling.
I used to do that with the students at ICCI. I have a little box where I'll keep at them, and believe me, some have returned. So those are the ones that you go after because people sometimes you just give up. We just give up. Yeah. But you really, you want to drive. In Cayman, we have to drive.
Yeah. I also have the exam in Spanish too for people.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that I can put a paper, an exam in front of them in Spanish, and still have English on my TV screen.
Okay.
That they can be relating the Spanish to the English. And
Oh.
getting to understand. So that seemed to help the Spanish.
So how does it
person.
work when they go out to actually do the test?
The test is in English.
Easier, and it's easier for them that way because they've already gone through the process.
Yeah, it helps them to much better than just going in the first time and just seeing English. It does help them.
Burmon, you've been in the trenches, so you know what it takes to pass that exam. So I would say to any student, any prospective student who wants to learn to drive, Burmon is the man to seek out,
Thanks.
because, like I say, he's been in the trenches, he's done it, he's doing it for years, and he knows exactly what to look out for, how to help you. Where does this all take place?
I live in Savannah, on Hearst.
Savannah.
Yeah.
Me too.
I live in Savannah on Hearst Road. So it's 324B Hearst Road. They give a call for directions, and I'll guide them to my house.
Okay. Let's say someone is interested in taking some lessons. Can you give us an idea what is covered in just the first 2 lessons? Just a brief idea.
You're referring to the written? The written lessons?
No, lessons. Just the lessons. Just think Susan comes in and she wants to do a refresher. Not a refresher. She bought her license the first time, so she wanted to get a real thing now. What would the first lesson cover?
Well, it covers a wide range of traffic stuff, and then you can never cover it all because you got to remember that the computer and the licensing department will just be grabbing questions and throwing them out randomly.
They have like a test bank?
Right, test bank, maybe over 300, 400 questions. So we cover all the main things that you would need for driving. Traffic signs, pedestrian crossing, and then you got to remember that some of the questions is simply common sense. Some of the questions are from the traffic regulations, from the road code book, and common sense. I find the exam fairly easy, but people don't find it easy. If they slow down and put some common sense into play, they would get the answers. Even some that have driving experience, that helps them also.
But Burmon, I think sometimes when people hear the word test, they just freak out.
Yeah, I know.
They just lose it. How do you tell them to prepare for something like that, especially ones who are students who are nervous? How do you get them to stay focused and just breathe?
Yeah, you have to try and relax these people. You have to smile with them and say things that would simmer them down.
So this goes all this goes into the training, right?
All into training and get them relaxed and show them that they have options where they can skip questions. They can skip 7 times throughout the test, 40 questions, 40 minutes to finish it. They can skip questions, which will come back to them later.
Right.
Show them the options that they have and explain certain things on the computer that it sort of relaxes them a bit, let them feel a lot better than if you should just be there and say nothing,
Okay, I tell you what, I want to come back to your school because back in the days, 36 years ago, there was no training, there was no driving school. I used to hit the Dyke Road. My husband was a police.
Yeah.
So he used to let me just hand me the car on the Dyke Road. I shouldn't say this.
Yeah.
But just hand me the car and I will go driving up and down by myself. And the only problem I had was reversing. I failed my exam the first time because nobody showed me how to reverse, but this is good. I see people driving in the streets, Burmon, and I'm thinking, where did this person get their license from? Did they buy it?
The road rage have changed, in the past. Change. It's bad out there now. So.
Okay, we're going to take a break, Burmon. When we come back, we'll be talking about basically how many hours someone will need to cover your course before taking an exam. Susan? Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
You may have heard of them by now. GreenTurtle.ky, a one-stop shop for your mobile needs. Whether shopping for a new phone or topping up a loved one, it's time to hop aboard the Green Turtle Express. From 24-hour delivery in Grand Cayman to sending credit worldwide, GreenTurtle.ky is the future of mobile. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. GreenTurtle.ky. They get there first.
Cayman National Culture Foundation presents Errol John's Obie Award-winning play, Moon on a Rainbow Shawl. Don't miss this sensational production featuring some of Cayman's finest talents. Moon on a Rainbow Shawl, a story for everyone. Come, reach for the moon at the Hartwell Theatre November 1st through 25th. Buy your tickets at Funky Tanks, Foster's Airport and Strand locations, and Healthcare Pharmacy Grand Harbor, or online at artscayman.org.
89.9 Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecast, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Cayman's Business Buzz.
Good morning again. If you're just joining us, this is the Business Buzz. Anita Can sitting in for Sabrina Turner. Sabrina is not feeling well today. Good morning, Sabrina. Hope you'll feel better soon. And we miss you. We have in studio, you just heard the voice of Mr. Burmon. Scott Burmon is our famous singer from the Brack. I can't call him anything else but a Bracker. And Burmon, we enjoy your music.
Thank you so much.
I don't know how you spread yourself now with the real thing and now singing and now the real thing driving school. Let's talk about your students. Just quickly, how an average. What sort of timeline are we looking at? How many hours you think, say, a student, you'll probably work with students on a one-on-one who have different needs, have different way of learning. Does that matter? Or do you just teach? You say, well, I've got a set 25 hours and you have to learn to drive within that time. Or do you go over? Do you specialize for each student? How does that work?
Well, we do the lessons by the hour.
By the hour, okay.
And the instructor will sometimes find that after 3 lessons on some students, they don't need any more because the driving is excellent. And then we offer like a certificate that he could give that student to say, you've been to this school, you did this amount of lessons. You don't require to do any more lessons because your driving is excellent. You're fine. You're good to go. And sometimes that certificate can help the student get an earlier appointment instead of having to wait 6 weeks. Because learning drivers usually have to wait 6 weeks before they can be examined.
Do the exam.
If there's an appointment available there, they can get it within a week or 2 if they've received that certificate from the driving school, saying that they don't need to do any more driving, so that'll exempt them from having to wait 6 weeks. Some students might have to go 5 weeks.
Oh, that's good to know.
That sort of thing. It all depends. Some people just catch on fast and quick, and the instructors usually will be fair to say that you don't need to come back to me. The instructors have been doing a pretty good job, and I recommend to anyone that they should go with an instructor prior to coming in to do your test, because the instructors will take you down the same roads that the examiner are going to take you. And so nothing is a surprise once you've done a couple of lessons with an instructor, and it makes it easy on the examiner too. When a student did lessons, it makes it much easier for that examiner.
How many? You said you have one in staff, one person with you.
One instructor. I'm not actually an instructor for teaching. I'm just a businessman for now.
For now.
If I feel to become an instructor, I would have to go into the department and apply for what you call a ADI license, approved driving instructor license. I got to pass an exam on the written part of that, and then I actually have to do a practical driving exam also.
So your testing days are not over. You're back in the classroom.
Back in the classroom.
But does your instructor also offer on-the-road training as well? Classroom and on the road? Theory, practical?
My instructor don't actually do the written part or the lectures.
Right.
I'm the man for lecturing.
Okay.
He's covering all of the road exams. But there's times too when I do lecturing to a new student who need to know things about the car, how to hold the steering wheel, how to be set in the mirrors, what should happen if the car goes into a skid, what should happen if the engine shuts off. So there's these sort of things that I do before they even get into the car with the instructor. Yeah.
Okay. You're listening to the Business Buzz. Anita Can sitting in for Sabrina Turner. My guest this morning is Mr. Burmon Scott, the Real Thing Driving School. I just love this name. Burmon, what can persons expect from the lessons you teach? Well, we've been through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Overall, we know that they want to pass their exam. So that's not even a question anymore. Will persons need to purchase a driver's license prior to the road lessons?
Yes. What happens is it all depends. After doing a lesson with me, and they pass the written exam, they have to get themselves a provisional license.
Provisional, right.
Which is $60. They get a learner's license. That license can have them practicing for 6 months.
Okay.
They can again renew that license for another 6 months.
And what type of car will they need to drive for the test?
Well, the car that I'm using is a Toyota Yaris car.
Yaris.
It's not too small and not too big, because you have you might get students that are too big, so the seats can't go back to suit them because the car is too small.
Right.
So the car that I'm using is sort of middle, range. It can fit. It can fit. It can suit for anyone.
When do you normally give your lessons? In the morning or in the afternoon?
It all depends. on the student. Some students would prefer to go in the afternoon. My driver will go by and pick them up, and he'll drop them back off. He's on the road on Sundays. He's on the road Saturdays. He's there for any time that day.
Okay.
Not too late and thing at night.
Right.
That's
people tired.
Some of the problems that we've been having with an area that the examiners go is that people go there to practice late hours at night, and then it disturbs the neighbors.
Neighbors, yeah.
And it's just a little road nearby, and the neighbors are complaining now that they want this stopped, because the government don't really have a place for us to do, or for the examiners to do testing.
What is a pass score, woman? Do you know?
Well, my exams is
you should know.
my exams is just fitted around the same exams and the licensing department. 40 questions, 40 minutes to finish it.
40 minutes.
You got to get 32 right. Out of the 40 to have a pass mark of 80%.
Okay.
So your pass mark is 80%. Yeah.
That's not so bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
Do you provide any consultation before on how to? You did mention a little bit of it, But do you actually sit down with the students and say, this is what we're gonna do. This is what's
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
comforting.
Yeah, I do that. I relax them.
You relax
them. I relax them.
You can play some music for them, Burmon.
Yeah, get them relaxed. And,
hit some guant. What was some of those? Somebody want to get? Let's see. Before we get your contact details, what advice would you give to motorists about cell phone usage and texting while driving?
Just don't do that at all. I mean, hands-free.
Hands-free
is your safest way. Pull off the side of the road if you don't have that, but pull off in a safe place. Don't just pull off anywhere. Find a safe place, pull off the road, and use your phone.
Before we get your contact details, Burmon, how about those buses, school buses? How you feel? We're going to go off the rail thing for a couple of seconds here and talk about the school buses. And what advice would you give to motorists who are approaching school buses that have stopped? What would you tell these drivers?
Well, that's something
coming oncoming traffic and traffic behind the school bus.
Yeah, that's something that's been happening for years, and the police have been having a hard time trying to clear this matter up. But they should not pass that bus at all. Once those flashing lights are flashing, the rear of the bus, the front of the bus, traffic should stop. People have bad habits of overtaking, flying past in a rush. Stay back behind the bus until the flashing red lights goes off. Make it safe.
Make it safe. Make it safe. And you're doing the right thing, the real thing, by having a driving school, teaching people the right way to drive, to know the codes, follow the law.
So
I mean, we need another 6 hours follow this, Burmon,
Right.
truthfully. But we're almost up to 9 o'clock, and Susan is not going to forgive me if I run over time. But I want to ask you a quick thing. How important it is in making the process of learning to drive as cost-effective as possible for your clients, while at the same time maintaining the highest standard of instruction?
Well, I mean, I'm just charging $25 for 2 hours.
That's it?
$25.
That's cheap. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
it's reasonable, affordable.
That's my price.
Affordable,
And,
yeah.
for now.
Yes.
Just started.
For 2 hours.
2 hours.
So $25 for 2 hours.
Right.
And you get lecture, you get all this good stuff that
Right.
you need to get your driver's license. You can't beat that, folks.
Right. And then you could work out a package deal, where you get maybe 3 lessons and a lecture, or 5 lessons and a lecture.
Wow.
Because you can find me on Facebook too. I'm on Facebook.
While we're there,
yeah.
give us your contact details.
922 6223 connects you straight to my driving instructor.
Okay.
Francisco. And you got 329-3731. Also Francisco.
Okay.
925-5094. Direct to me, the lecturer.
Okay. So that's if you want to reach Francisco, 922-6223 or 329-3731. Or yourself, 925-5094.
That's correct.
Correct? Yeah. And you also have a Facebook page.
Facebook page.
Any email?
You could do Burmon.Scott.
And you've got one call. Sorry, Burmon, give us that email before we go to the call.
Burmon.Scott58@outlook.com.
Is that 58 a magic number? Okay, Susan, we'll take the call.
Hello?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Am I on?
Yes, you are. And Burmon is listening to you.
Hello, Mr. Scott. How are you doing, sir?
Not bad, sir. Thank you. And you?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm glad to know we got someone good there teaching people, or trying to teach people how to drive and what to do on the road.
That's right.
The right thing to do on the road. One thing I've been concerned about for a long time now is people driving with headlights on high instead of low, or instead of dipping their lights when they oncoming traffic, and it just, you can flick yours up and down, and it doesn't mean a row pins to some people. They just keep their lights on bright, and it's blinding people. People are going to probably knock people down that it's on their close to the road that they can't see and all that, and it's very dangerous. And I'm also wondering if these LED lights are able to be focused in a way that they don't blind people, because it almost looks like anyway you look at them, they're shining in your face. I don't know if you've come across that problem or not.
That's correct. I see it happening in the nights, and actually the same thing happens to me. So I'm hoping that some of the traffic section is listening to your call and start trying to enforce some of this that's happening. People are doing this often. It happened to me, and you're correct in what you say.
It's happening more and more all the time, it looks like to me. I mean,
that's true.
You can't hardly go out and go driving anywhere that you're not getting blinded by someone.
That is true.
And another thing too, all these coloured lights that people are putting on cars, especially on the front, red lights in the front. How you think a car is backing up? Next thing you know, they come in head on. I don't suppose that's your
I don't know
role, but maybe you might have some influence on those that have the power to do something about it. I don't understand how they can get away with all of this.
That's what I say. In my days, you wouldn't see that. You wouldn't see it happen. I mean, I've been seeing some things that I just, it puzzled me to see because it wouldn't happen in my times.
I want to say thank you to our caller. Thank you for calling, Burmon. We're almost out of time. We've got to go to headlines. We're past headlines. Thank you so much for sharing this morning on the Business Buzz, talking about the Real Thing Driving School. We appreciate your time and wish you much success with your driving school.
Thank you very much. I just would like to encourage all of the students out there or anyone wanting to get a license to do some lessons with driving instructors. Always check your mirrors, always indicate, look over your shoulder, drive safe. Driving with the real thing is driving safe.
And that's the real thing. Thank you so much, Burmon. Radio Cayman's Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by greenturtle.ky. Get your new phone at greenturtle.ky. No stress, no fuss at greenturtle.ky. Also brought to you by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211.
Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman's newsroom. These are the biggest stories right now.